ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, but mostly the teens, because this is the teen lesson for the week. Welcome back to another week of the teen lesson, the teenage church, if you will. Over the past few weeks, we've been going through the Must Fall series, and today is the end of the end. The final chapter, the end of the line of the Must Fall series. Today, we are tackling Addiction Must Fall. What must fall?
Addiction!
I can't hear you. What must fall?
Addiction!
That is right. 100% addiction must fall. And I know straight away you're thinking, this guy is just going to talk about drugs, alcohol, smoking, etc., and just tell us not to do it. No. Oh, no. Not a chance. I'm going in a slightly different direction. But you have every right to just immediately assume that was the direction I was going to go into. Because the truth of the matter is, more often than not, that's the first thing we think of when we hear the word addiction. That is the first thing that comes to mind is, those negative things. But the truth of the matter is, that's not the only type of addiction out there. In the story of David vs. Goliath, King Saul wanted to cover David up with his own armor so that David would look more protected and stronger as well. And very often in our own lives, when we are at our lowest of lows, that's what we often do. When we are down and out, when we are feeling weak physically, emotionally, spiritually, we put on this fake armor and fall into addiction. Because we don't want people to know that we are feeling weak, that we aren't as protected as what we may think. So straight away, when we are feeling down and out, the first thing we can tend to turn to is addiction. And addiction, as I said, there's many kinds of different things that we can be addicted to. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, swearing, gaming, all different kinds of addictions out there, because we are an addicted generation. That's the truth of the matter. There's something that each of us are in some way addicted to. And as I've said already, when we are down and out, we turn to those addictions because it's a good way to kind of get our minds off of what we're thinking about. Just to it's a distraction away from reality. But the reality is, we aren't feeling strong. We aren't feeling at our best. It's easy just to go into these addictions and then everybody thinks, yeah, we're all happy, we're all good. But that's a fake armor that we are putting on. The addiction isn't the answer to where we're going. When King Saul tried to put the armor on David, David was like, not today. David was like, I am me. I'm going in as I am against Goliath. And that's exactly what he did. He went as himself. No armor needed. Just himself, his sling, his rod, and God at his side. And very often when we turn to addiction, we think that is the answer. As I said, it's not the answer. The answer is God. When we're feeling at our lowest of lows, when we're feeling down and out, when we're feeling kicked to the curb, the answer is always God. God is our number one. God is our Redeemer. He is our guide in our lives. Addiction can become such a great giant over us that we think it's just something we do on a regular basis, just something that we do sporadically. That's how it feels, but as a matter of fact, it's this giant actually weighing us down, weighing over us. It's a facade. It's something that's not real. It's not there. it's something that we don't realize until it's too late that it's weighing us down, or until somebody else points it out. And as I said, instead of turning to addiction when we're at our lowest, we must turn to God. I know that's easier said than done, because sometimes you expect an answer straight away, you expect a solution straight away, but sometimes all it takes is to realize what caused that addiction in the first place. That's the first step. To realize that, to be able to step out of it, and be able to remember that God is there always. God is by your side no matter what. He is the lamp unto your feet. He is the one and only. And He is guiding you throughout. And He is the answer to all. And sometimes we need to strip down those layers of addiction to realize that. So whether it's be leaning on friends and family, or just finding some sort of solution to it, we need to find a way to get out of addiction, to take that fake armor off and be able to turn to God. But God is the one and only answer. When you are down and out, you can turn to Him, because He takes you out of the slums. He is always there, no matter what. Romans 13 verse 12 says, "The night is far gone, the day is at hand. So then let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light." And that's the truth. God is our light. When we are in darkness, God shows us the way. Because no matter what, He is always there. He is the one and only constant. So when it comes to addiction, if there's anything that you need to remember from this lesson, when it comes to addiction, figure out what caused that addiction in the first place. Strip those layers away. Turn to God. That's what you need to do. Never forget, God is the way, the truth, and the life. Always and forever. So you may you be able to take the most out of this lesson, and I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson, and it's been a good one, an interesting one, and that, as I said, that you may just be able to make the most out of it. Let us pray. Dear Lord, I want to thank You for this lesson that I just provided for everyone. I pray that they may be able to have taken the most out of this lesson, or that when we fall into addiction, or that You may be able to be there to guide us, to take us out, Lord, and that we may always be able to turn to You no matter what. That we may realize we're not alone in this battle, that You are by our side forever and always. So I pray that as we go into the Sunday, into the rest of the Sunday, and as we look into a new week, Lord, that You may just keep us protected, that You may guide us always, and that in our deepest and darkest of times, that we may be able to always turn to You. I pray this all in Your Son's own name.